everyone. Thank you for stopping by Living To Do's review of Married at First Sight, Season 17, Episode 12, called Something Fishy. Before I get started with the review, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and I thank you in advance. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm so glad they went back to an hour and a half. In fact, this episode seemed very, very long, but I'm happy about that. I don't think I could withstand another 30 minutes of it. So let's start off with Becca and Austin. I don't have much to say about this couple, and I normally don't. But I don't know. All I can say basically is they got a fish, and they seem to be doing swimmingly. There's nothing to say. They went out to dinner with the in-laws, and that's Becca's in-laws. Those are Austin's mom and dad, and he's an only child. They seemed, I really liked his mom and dad. I thought they were very welcoming to Becca. They seemed supportive and open with the relationship. They were interested in her family. The dad looked interested in what she had to say. I like the parents, and I think they did an awesome job with their son. I can see why they're very balanced people, which is nice. They've come along this way and all this time with their one child, and they don't seem like so attached to him. Like she's not hovering over her son. She's letting him live, and they're interested in their relationship. I like them a lot. In fact, I had more to say about them than I did Becca and Austin. But that's it for them. So let's just go on to Claire and Cameron. We see that Claire is talking to Dr. Pia over the phone, and Claire, in the conversation, Claire starts to cry because there's something wrong with Cameron. There's something wrong with his heart. And when Dr. P, I think she asked, how can I support you? I think that's when she started crying. And she really seemed concerned for Cameron, a real genuine concern. She almost seemed, she said she felt sad and bad, but she almost seemed kind of scared. I wonder if it's guilt for treating the guy so bad, and maybe feeling guilt that maybe she contributed to his health issues. But it's really nice to know that she's not heartless, that she does seem concerned. They showed Cameron, and it looks like he was filming himself, and he does have some type of heart issue that they're going to have to do a procedure on. That's real scary on your heart. He's so young. And I'm wondering, he's so tall. And I just heard somebody say once that tall people have issues with their hearts lots of time. And I remember them saying something about the blood not being able to travel to the heart because the length of the body is so long. I don't know if that's true. I just remember hearing that and seeing him having this heart condition. I just remembered someone telling me. I wonder if that's true or not. But that is it for them for the most part. I feel better, Cameron. I hope to hear more about that. Maybe they'll have it on the after party, maybe an update to that. Okay, let's go on to the next couple. Okay, the next couple will be Emily and Brennan. Okay, this couple's not doing well. Last episode, they ended with them kind of arguing in the car. And in this episode, since that issue in the car, Brennan hasn't really been around much. And he's acting up. He just wants an out. And if they're going to fight, he's going to make a big deal about it and turn it around on her when he's the problem. So that's what he's doing. She feels stupid and embarrassed, of course. She feels stupid probably because she's trying to keep at this process, working on him, giving him a second chance, and just embarrassed to have him, on her arm. He just acts so. There's something there. If you think about a person and having mental illness or something, an issue inside them, they can't get out for whatever reason. They don't have the words. They just don't feel comfortable. It, to the public, makes you look crazy. And that's what's going on here. He wants a reset. And basically, the reset is having time for themselves. He has time for himself, and she should have the same amount of time. And he wants to focus on friendship. So it's all leading down to divorce on decision day, but let's keep the charade up for the check. Now Emily and Brennan spoke with Dr. Pepper, and Emily said something like they want to be in each other's life. And I'm like, does Brennan want that? You, Emily, she has such a good sport. She's put forth the effort. But that statement, based on what we've seen of him so far, he looks like he wants to get far away from you. He wants to get away from you while you're under contract, supposed to be living in the same home. He wants to find ways to get away from you now. And when he can, he's going to get even further away from you. So I just don't see him wanting to stay in her life. They said things like in the conversation, I think it was Dr. Pepper who asked Brennan to say 5 great things about Emily, and he struggled, and he was so vague with it about that she's caring, wants to hang out, have fun. It wasn't even 5 things, and it was very, very shallow, no depth to it at all. He's not getting to know her, or doesn't want to know her, doesn't know how to go deeper with somebody. In every frame of the episode that he's in, he has such a disdain for the process or her. Something is going on with him. Emily said to Dr. Pepper that they have a strong emotional connection. And I'm thinking, what? Where? How? When? I'm not seeing any of this. Not even a little drop, not a speck of an emotional connection. I can see maybe that's what Emily wants, but she's not getting that in return. I don't see it. He turns it off for the cameras. I simply don't see it. He wants to set up boundaries. And the boundaries are that they don't hang out all the time. And he said to her, and you're doing good at that. What? Oh, these are terrible things to say to someone. He's just so. It's like he's working on her mentally, I think. They had a conversation. They were in a hot tub, and I guess it's kind of an assignment. And he mentioned there were some questions, and I don't remember what the question was, but he did mention that he has a sister that that he gave up on the relationship with her sister. And he made it sound like it was something of her doing. Knowing what we know of you now, I'm sure you're probably the one at fault. And there was other questions that were asked, and he wasn't really answering it. He would pass it on to her. She would answer the question. She was a good sport about playing, and she was getting frustrated with him for not opening up. Every question he got, he was like, he was just shrugging them off, passing, and not giving a real answer. He he just didn't, he wasn't putting forth his best effort, clearly. And she said something about it, and he says he only wants to show good on TV. And okay, I can understand that, but you can give a little bit more than you're giving. Quite honestly, they were in the hot tub, and he says he was losing consciousness. I don't know. He was lying, of course. It's just something negative to say, a lie, and of course, not being positive. And through some of her questions that she was asking him in their conversation, he just looked evil and mean, like he might be, you know, somewhat abusive when the cameras are off, or if this marriage would go on, or any relationship that he's in. He just seemed very controlling about how he wanted to answer, and if she said anything negative, he would just put a lot of weight on that, even though he's the problem. And he was trying to control the temperature with his attitude, their conversation, their time together. And to me, he was just being manipulative. That's how you groom somebody, to control them, uh, make sure that that person would know not to say certain things or you'd get mad. And he's doing that in our face. And those beady little eyes that he has, the way he looks at her, it scares me for her safety. I mean, I would not put it past him that he put his hand, if he would have put his hands on her. He just looks like the type. And I'm saying this in any situation, he's probably any relationship that he would be in. There's something really going on inside him that I don't know if he knows what it is and not willing to let it out. Uh, but he needs to, it seems like he really does need to talk to someone. He needs definitely a candidate for therapy, because it just shows in everything he does, his interaction with her and other people as well. He's not he doesn't seem like a good natured guy. He just seems a little scary to me. I don't know. Okay, let's go on to the newest couple. New couple alert. It is Michael and Chloe. The experts sat down again and they deliberated on who would be the best candidate for Michael now that he's giving it a second chance. And they decided on a girl named Chloe, who's 39 and Michael's 38. She's 39 and she's a senior director of development in the nonprofit sector. She is so over the moon about getting married. She used to be like a perfectionist, and she just realized she was just working herself to death, working really hard. She's one of those people who got a 4.0 through her education. So you know how those people are. But now she wants to let go. She wants to feel her feelings and feel love. And she's just really ready. And she seems very bubbly. Uh, if she was a straight-laced person, her mannerisms, her attitude, her gestures don't describe that. So maybe she is a person who has changed. And she sat down with her friends, and they were told she's going to have a husband. Those friends, they went wedding shopping, and she tried on this pink dress. And I thought to myself, was she wearing that because of her age? Um, I never see, they traditionally, I think, almost always wore white on this show. Very little deviation from a white wedding dress for the brides. It looked like a cotton candy dream, that pink wedding dress that she had. She tried on the second dress, and that's the dress she's going to go with. I didn't like the dress. When I first saw her in the dress, not knowing it would be her final pick, I thought it looked like a dress for a second marriage. So maybe it is fitting, but it didn't look. She's a nice little, she's real thin and in shape. I just didn't think the dress did anything for her. Uh, but she's so positive. She acts like she's drunk in love and she doesn't even know who she's going to be matched with. She's so optimistic for the future. She just knows things are going to be great, and which is great. I'm happy for her. I'm glad that she feels a happy feeling. I guess that's great. But for me, I just would hold back because I wouldn't want to jinx myself. You have all this, oh, just glee about the future, just blissfully happy, and then things may not work out right. Now, looking at them, not, knowing them, what they look like, I'm sure he'll be happy with her. He seems like he would be happy with anybody. I'm glad she's on this positive outlook journey because she's going to need that when she sees him. He's quirky. I mean, at times he can be kind of cool, but he's kind of quirky. But I want to see how instantly will she be receptive to his look and this oddity that he kind of is visually. Um, and she seems so put together. That's going to be interesting to see how that's going to work out. But that is it for now. I can't wait for next week to see how Cameron's doing. If the little heartbreaker Claire, is this going to open up her heart and maybe bring them closer together? Is that a possibility? I don't know. But I want to see how he's doing. I hope maybe they mention it on the after party. That's a little concerning. But that is it for now. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. And check out my channel. I have a lot of other videos, other different TV shows and movie reviews and hotel room tours and restaurant reviews. So please check out my channel. But that is it for now. I gotta go. I got living to do. Bye.